Hey everyone, my name is Thomas. Welcome to my channel. This is the Burning Gundam / God Gundam Full Suit Build Series Part 14. Today I'm going to work on most of the waist pieces, the two side skirts, the front of the skirt, and the back. Each one is in a different stage. The one that's currently red, I'm going to put a layer of gold on that, and the one that is currently in gray, I'm going to put a layer of gold on that. And I'm also going to put another layer of filler primer on both biceps and the two outer skirts because they're the newer parts that I recently printed. So let's get painting. Okay, so I've done everything that I wanted to do. I put multiple layers of the filler primer on the biceps and the two side pieces of the skirt. And for the front part, I did that in the gold. It took a little while with the gold because there was something wrong with the paint can, so I really had to keep shaking it for the paint to come out. And for the back, I have that color now in red. So all I can do now after that is just let that dry, and then there's a couple spots where I have to go through with some Bondo spot putty. There's a couple cracks there I'm hoping that I can cover up with some Bondo spot putty and then just a couple layers of paint on top of that. If I have to, I can just try to re-weld that back together. But since the one in the front has a pretty substantial crack in it, I have to try to take care of that because that will be pretty obvious because it's a pretty big crack. So if you give me 1 second, I'll show you what I've done so far for today. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. As you can see, everything's here just drying. Everything looks nice. Everything's shiny, like the way it's supposed to be. Had a little bit of an issue with, I'm not sure if you can see it through here, but there's like some loose pieces. I can probably pull those off and then just smooth that out. And as you can see here on the side skirt, here's a little crack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Bondo spot putty to cover that up, and I should be able to cover it, but also it is on the side and nobody's really going to see it. And this bicep here I had to weld together because it somehow fell apart, but it's holding together pretty well and it actually looks pretty good. Once this is dry, then I'll go ahead and sand it down, probably put another layer of filler primer on there, but I may just go ahead with the red because that's the next one as I build my colors up. As you see here, the red one here, that one is in pretty good shape so far. After that, we go to the gold. As you can see there, you can see some rough spots in there, but that is the back part of the skirt and you're not really going to see it. Here is the front part of the skirt. As you can see, you probably can't tell the crack here, but I'll get a little closer. As you see, as I get a little closer, you can see the cracks going along here. And I'm going to try to use some Bondo spot putty to take care of that. And then once this is all good and the cracks have been covered, I'm going to go ahead and cover that in the final white color. Or actually, I'm going to have to check that to make sure that you see what exactly color this is. Because I know it's white, blue, black, red, I think. I'm going to have to use some pictures for reference, but this is what I have. Slowly moving along. But today we're going to work on the wings. We're going to finish welding the one wing together. As you can see here, I only have 2 of the wings welded together and the other one is completely welded, so I got to weld this together, and then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to sand it down to see if I can get it ready for the second layer of filler primer, and then just go from there to smooth them out as best as I can and to just start getting ready to paint, because the painting these are going to be easy because it's basically white on the 2 outer wings and red in the middle, and then with black in a couple different spots to show the vents. So let's get welding and let's get sanding. Okay, so I've got the wing welded together, so I'll show you what I've got so far. As you can see, there is some gap in here, but there really isn't much I can do about that. I'm just going to leave it as it is, but I did the best I can to weld all of the spots together to make sure it's got a good solid hold. So it's pretty solid. It'll probably get more solid once I don't think I'm going to do any more welding because I don't want to make the wings too heavy and then just break on me. So now I'm just going to go ahead and just sand both wings down because there's still some Bondo on there. I just need to smooth out, and then also to smooth out the welding that I've done. So let's get sanding. Okay, so I have everything sanded down. Now I'm just going to put a layer of filler primer on there. I may have to go back through and put a little bit of Bondo here and there, or use some Bondo spot putty here and there as needed. So let's get putting this primer on there. Okay, I put a couple of layers of filler primer on there. They're looking pretty good. I'm just going to let that dry, and I'm going to see if I need to go back through with any Bondo or Bondo spot putty, or any PLA welding is needed. So give me 1 second, I'll show you what I've done so far. Okay, so here are the wings all welded together. Like I said, they're not perfect, but it's going to work for its purpose needed. And from a distance, it doesn't look that bad, but when you get closer, you can see the welding that I did, welding the two pieces together. And also right here, I had to weld that back together because the piece broke. So it actually looks pretty good so far. And here's the other one, and just a quick look. This is what the other side looks like. As you can see, I got some work. What I'm gonna do is put a layer of filler primer on that, and then we can go from there. I had to move them out of the sun because I didn't need them to warp or anything like that. So that's where I stand right now with it. Okay, so that is it for right now. I'm going to let that stuff dry, and then I'm going to take an evaluation later just to see how things are going, to see how much more work I need to do to like making sure that they're all connected together and that they're decently smooth. Like I said, I'm not going to kill myself trying to make it perfectly smooth because it's impossible. If I had the new Elegoo Gigastorm orange, that would have printed the entire wing in one shot, but I don't have the money for that, or I don't have, and also I don't have the space for that. So that is all for right now. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and also don't forget to hit the thumbs up to let me know that you liked the video. Thank you for watching.